Influencers are an interesting breed. They are surrounded by money, fame, and success. They often find themselves in scandals and controversies, but the question is, why are they worse now than ever before? The number one thing you need to realize firstly is that the internet is cooked. Early on in YouTube, the content you needed to become YouTube famous was something like a Call of Duty montage, a vlog of you going to the shops, or perhaps a Q&A. Now, if the video doesn't include 18 explosions, 5 world records, 32 Red Bull commercials, and an A-list celebrity, as well as everything being lit on fire and delivered at 100 miles an hour, then the chances are someone else has got the more entertaining content. So YouTube has seriously changed. I mean, look at the biggest YouTubers 10 years ago. PewDiePie, Smosh, Markiplier, all sit-down, slow videos like commentary or gaming. Their videos were more simple, but compared to now where YouTubers like MrBeast, Mark Rober, Dude Perfect all release videos with insane premises, IRL Squid Game, football with Ronaldo, or the world's biggest stunts, with massive studios and usually hundreds of employees. The YouTube videos were slower and more digestible, but now social media rewards crazier and faster content. If you're uploading normal videos, boring. The bar is getting raised and raised, and because of this, creators are being forced to outcompete each other for the more outrageous and clickable content to stand out from the large crowd. This means influencers now, to get a trending video, have to essentially be the most outrageous versions of themselves they can be. Loud, weird, obnoxious, and sometimes even against the law. This can be anything from crashing a plane on purpose, streaming themselves getting into fights, vlogging themselves shooting fireworks from a helicopter, or just being a general nuisance to the public. Now, this competition for views has led to more and more influencers coming to the same realization about content they produce. Being hated equals money. Big influencers like Jack Doherty, Jake Paul and Neon are obviously some of the most famous people on the internet, and also are arguably some of the most hated. But the thing is, they don't mind this attention. Take Jake Paul for example, arguably the final boss of hated influencers. People love to hate him, and they certainly love to see him get destroyed when he enters the boxing ring. So fight after fight, people will pay the pay-per-view and watch the fight, with the only reason being their hatred for Jake Paul. This means he has been astonishingly successful from his boxing career, with the highlight being his recent match against Mike Tyson. In short, Jack Doherty, Neon, or any other big social media stars don't care about being hated, because more haters equals more attention and equals more money. This means some of the content these guys are uploading can be as outrageous as possible, starting fights, insulting people, and they simply don't care because it gives them unimaginable success. In the last few years, a TikToker called Mizzy was arrested and charged for public endangerment, showing firsthand quite the level some people will go for fame. In fact, when he appeared on Piers Morgan Uncensored, he established pretty quick that he was doing it all for TikTok. And remember, this is just one out of thousands of creators who now have no boundaries for content, with the sole goal of becoming famous. See, 10 years ago, going viral meant doing something impressive. Now it just means you're doing something infuriating, and all you have to do for this is be as outrageous enough. And this means that nowadays, you've got an army of broccoli-haired teenagers filming themselves annoying random members of the public like people on the beach or fast food workers. The life of a big YouTuber, streamer or TikToker is a never-ending cycle of producing new videos, and whenever a new video is uploaded, the timer starts for the next one. This means to make a living, everything, and I mean literally everything, is now seen as potential content. Influencers end up in this bizarre performative loop where their day only matters if they can turn something into clickable content. It's all just content, and case in point, Kwebbelkop. Now, Geordie has had a YouTube channel for 14 years now, but in August of 2023, he'd make a change in his channel which would cause his views and success to plummet. Around August 2023, he would admit he was feeling burnt out.
There's this YouTube thing, it's just consuming me. It's just eating me up and it's draining me from energy.
And stated that he wanted to replace himself with AI. And it was around that same time he would start releasing videos that were, let's just say,
no, we don't. Oh, okay, you can join the family. I'm gonna name you
different. To meet demand, Kwebbelkop started releasing videos that his audience very quickly realised weren't him at all. And this shows the idea of quantity over quality for YouTubers, because whilst he was uploading more regularly, the sacrifice was inevitably made to his content. Judging by the comments under the majority of his AI videos, it was obvious that his existing audience hated this new change simply because it wasn't him. It wasn't the same Kwebbelkop that was playing with Jelly and Slogo Man, but someone who was releasing videos just for the sake of it with no personality or entertainment factor. I mean,
Aha, pretty flowers, gonna make a fancy bouquet. Swinging axe, another tree bites the dust.
come on. And even after recently where Geordie decided to get rid of the AI YouTube videos,
The entire channel was terminated. This all happened really quickly, super fast.
and has since gone back to his more original style videos, the damage seemingly has been done, as his newer videos are averaging 100k views, and for a channel with 15 million subscribers that is not very good. But his TikTok on the other hand is still regularly filled with videos like these.
Huh? What the? There's a polar bear in here. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
But with comments under the TikToks being similar to the comments under his YouTube videos, you have to wonder if his TikTok page will reach the same fate. But Geordie is not a typical YouTuber or TikToker nowadays. In fact, one of the biggest reasons modern YouTubers feel more insufferable than ever is the environment they're surrounded by. It's not just fame, it's unchecked fame, arriving when they're not mature, wrapped in money, surrounded by people who just want success. A lot of big creators now exist in a yes man ecosystem. Friends, editors, managers, and even family are financially or socially reliant on the creator. So naturally, with this, common sense often disappears in the pursuit of success. This means that instead of saying, Logan, probably don't film that dead body, or David, probably don't swing your friend from a crane, the people surrounding these megastars see the content that's paying their bills as much more important than the safety of each other. And when you say the words young, immature, and hated, the internet will immediately think of Jack Doherty. The teenager is regularly voted as one of the most hated influencers, the most obvious being his now infamous public pranks. He has crashed his Lamborghini carelessly, had his bodyguard assault someone at a party, has recently been kicked out of numerous public places, and just recently got arrested on drug possession, and the list still goes on and on. But at 22 years old, Jack Doherty, although clearly very young, has been around the world of YouTube and social media for a long time. He's been making videos since 2016, where he would have been just 12 years old, and you can tell even from his earlier videos that public opinion really didn't affect him. But the jump from rapid money and success would happen in 2019, where he would have been just 14 years old. So you've now got a 14-15-year-old being given outrageous amounts of money and being told how great they are. So it's no wonder why his personality then is the same as now. There is no reason for him to change. He got rich and famous for being insufferable, so why stop? When you're making more in a month than most people earn in a decade, normal consequences stop applying. And when you're constantly surrounded by rooms like this, it creates a certain type of person.